So I was a little bit torn as to if I wanted to make a video on this subject because slowly growing channel, monetization on the threshold, but I felt like I couldn't not address how weird things are getting in North Carolina at the moment. North Carolina, as you probably know, is a swing state, and it's a very, very close swing state. And the reason it's important is because it is the one swing state that Trump won in 2020 of the 7 that are currently being contested. The problem that the Republican Party has at the moment is that their gubernatorial candidate, the guy who's running for governor on the Republican side of the ticket, Mark Robinson, is prone to being a profoundly repulsive human being in just about every measure of the word. Before this week, Mark Robinson had already been through a couple of controversies. He had infamously described gay and trans people as human filth. Despite being pro-life and very militantly so, it was revealed that he paid for his wife, then his girlfriend's abortion when they first started dating. And of course, just to, add to the cake, as it were, a fair batch of Holocaust denial. So you might be thinking, well, how much worse did it get if that's like what he's already known for doing, if like something this week has gone wrong? Well, look, this video isn't going to get monetized. He went full mask off. CNN found an account on an adult website that used his personal email address and had made comments more than 10 years ago, which were rough. In addition, for expressing a fondness for the bad guys in World War II, he also jokingly said that slavery wasn't bad and that he would want to buy a few if he could. And despite making it abundantly clear what he thought of certain types of people, he also said that the adult videos that feature transgender people were his favorite, and he then identified himself as a pervert. This man is the leader of a congregation. He often speaks at his church, and despite the fact that he was saying that they were human filth, and then followed up by saying that some socialists just need to be killed, this is his actual opinion on trans people. How surprising. Oh, and I forgot, he said that in regards to a question about who was leading the White House in 2008, that he thought that the head bad guy from World War II would be a better option. So this man thinks that Adolf you-know-who is better than Obama. Truly an outstanding man. Now, does this matter? I mean, in the race for governor, probably not, because, he was already 8 points behind, and it looked like he was heading for a landslide defeat against Josh Stein, the Democratic Attorney General who's running against him. The really interesting question is, what ramifications does it have on the presidential race in North Carolina? Because polling there is pretty neck and neck. Last I checked, the aggregates collectively had Trump at plus 0.3% ahead of Harris. And look, a lot of the population growth that's been happening in North Carolina has been happening in cities, in places that Democrats are going to win. So the margin could be quite a bit closer this time around. So you have to ask, will this impact Trump at all? In his latest rally in North Carolina, after all this came out, he didn't address Robinson at all. And it seems like he kind of wants to flow under the radar because in the past, Trump described Robinson as twice the man that MLK was. Oh, and that reminds me, Robinson described Martin Luther King Jr. as this, and then said that he wanted to join the Klan. You cannot make this up. If there is a swing state that's really, really important, the last thing you want is the most repulsive politician, probably in the States last half a century, running and dragging down Republican enthusiasm in that state. Now, look, I'm sure there are plenty of Republican or right-wing leaning people who will go out there, will vote for Josh Stein for governor, and then just turn it around and go vote for Trump for president. But you still don't want a situation like this when the race is as close as it is. North Carolina is the only place where the Democrats are playing offense, as it were. They are trying to win a state that Trump won in 2020 there. Everywhere else, they're playing defense, trying to defend the blue wall, Arizona, Nevada, Georgia. But if North Carolina flips, Trump could win Pennsylvania and Georgia and still come up short. If Harris wins North Carolina, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and then Nevada, she's there. Basically, if she wins North Carolina, her pathway to victory becomes monumentally easier than it would be otherwise. I'm still of the mindset that Trump is going to win North Carolina, but I think if you were the Trump campaign, the one thing you wouldn't want is for the face of the state Republican Party to come out and like have a track record of saying things like this. Oh, I also forgot, he registered with that same email address to Ashley Madison, the website that you use if you want to cheat on your wife with someone who also wants to cheat on their spouse. Great Christian values from this guy here.